I've reviewed a lot of electric bikes this year, but honestly, I wasn't expecting a folding e-bike to surprise me. Most folding bikes make you compromise somewhere, whether it's power, comfort, or ride quality. But after riding this thing, I was actually pretty surprised. So today, we're putting the Cybervelo EK6-MAX to the test to see if it can actually compete with the full-size e-bike. What's up guys, this is Daddy O with the O family, and today we're checking out the Cybervelo EK6-MAX folding electric bike.
Okay.
Now if you've been watching the channel for a while, you know I review everything from commuter e-bikes to high power off-road machines.
Sure.
So I'll be honest, I don't usually get excited about the folding bikes.
Oh, really?
But this one definitely caught my attention. It comes with a massive 48 volt, 40 amp hour battery, full suspension, hydraulic disc brakes, and a magnesium alloy folding frame.
Okay.
On paper, it sounds like it could be the perfect combination of portability and performance, but we're about to find out. So let's go ahead and get this thing out of the box, get it put together, and then we'll take it out for a real world ride to see how it actually performs. Let's get started.
Let's get it started.
Alright, as usual, let's cut this open. That was easy. As you can see, the bike arrived really well packaged with plenty of styrofoam, zip ties, and protective wrapping to help keep everything safe during shipping. So let's go ahead and get everything out of the box.
A few moments later.
And here it is.
Wow.
I have to say I'm really liking this silver color.
Nice.
The frame design definitely stands out and has a different look compared to a lot of folding e-bikes I've reviewed.
Yeah.
The EK6-MAX comes in two different colors, silver like the one I have here, and orange. Up front, you got a fat tire with aggressive tread pattern that's designed to handle a variety of terrain. Inside the accessory box, you'll find the owner's manual, headlight, left and right pedals, a toolkit, and a 54.6 volt 3 amp charger. The seat definitely caught my attention. It's got a unique shape, so I'm curious to see how comfortable it'll be once we get out on the road. You also get a front fender and a pair of side mirrors, and that's everything included in the box. Now let's go ahead and get this thing put together. Assembly was actually pretty straightforward. The first thing I did was remove the protective shipping bracket from the front fork along with the plastic brake spacer so I could install the front wheel. Once I lined up the brake rotor with the caliper, I slid the wheel into place, tightened everything down, and gave it a quick spin to make sure everything was moving freely. Next, I installed the handlebars, tightened everything down, and adjust them to comfortable riding position. From there, I installed a seat post and adjust the saddle height along with the brake levers and controls to fit me a little better. Next up was the headlight. Just remove the two mounting bolts, install the light, and connect the wiring harness. After that, I installed the front fender using the included hardware. Then it was time for the pedals. Just remember the left pedal tightens counterclockwise while the right pedal tightens clockwise. Finally, I snapped on the front axle covers, and just like that, the bike was fully assembled and ready for its first ride. Overall, assembly took me about 30 to 45 minutes, and honestly, it wasn't difficult at all. Now that we got the bike fully assembled, let's take a closer look at what the Cybervelo EK6-MAX has to offer. This upgraded model is powered by a 1500 watt motor with a claimed top speed up to 40 miles per hour. And with this massive 48 volt, 40 amp hour battery, Cybervelo claims up to 120 miles of range.
Whoa.
Those are some pretty impressive numbers for folding e-bike, so we'll definitely be putting that performance to the test a little later.
Sure.
And that 40 amp hour battery is removable so you can charge it on or off the bike. It's also hidden inside the frame, which helps keep everything looking really clean. Starting up front, you got an adjustable suspension fork paired with 20 by 4 inch puncture resistant fat tires with reflective side walls. Between the suspension and those big tires, you got plenty of cushioning handling and traction, whether you're riding on pavement, gravel, or even some light trails. For stopping power, you got hydraulic disc brakes, which is definitely something you want considering kind of speed and power this bike is capable of. And this is a full suspension bike along with the adjustable front fork. You got a rear air shock, which should make a big difference when it comes to comfort and soaking up bumps. Up here you got a large LCD display that gives you your speed, battery level, pedal assist, setting, trip information, and all the basics you need while you're riding. On the left, your main controls along with the headlight and horn. And over on the right, you got a Shimano 8-speed shifter along with a twist throttle. I also like the lighting setup. You got this daytime running light around the front, and once you turn the headlight on, the main LED comes on for nighttime riding. And around the back, you've actually got two rear lights. One integrated with the rear rack and another underneath the seat that's battery power, giving you a little extra visibility. Now, one of the more interesting things about the EK6-MAX is how it folds. Instead of having a big traditional latch on the side of the frame, the locking mechanism is hidden underneath. Just loosen this knob and the entire bike folds in half. This is also how you access and remove the battery. I actually like this design because when everything's closed up, the frame has a really clean look for folding e-bike. Now, even though it folds, it's definitely not a lightweight bike. You're looking at around 75 pounds without the battery and roughly 85 pounds with it installed. So the folding design is great for saving space. Just keep in mind you've still got some weight to lift if you're putting it into a vehicle. And one more thing I noticed right away is that this bike sits a little taller than I expected. I'm 5'10" and fits me really well, but if you're around 5'6" or shorter, I could see it feeling a little tall, so that's something to keep in mind. You also have a maximum payload capacity of 400 pounds, which gives you plenty of capacity for different size riders or carrying some extra gear on the rear rack. Overall, I really like the design of the EK6-MAX. The magnesium alloy frame gives it a clean, modern look, and for a folding bike, this thing definitely feels more substantial than I was expecting. But specs only tell you so much. What I really want to know is how fast 1500 watt motor performs, how comfortable the full suspension actually is, and whether this thing can really get anywhere close to 40 miles per hour. So let's take it out and see what it can do. Alright guys, let's go ahead and take this out for a spin. Let's do a test ride. Let's see here, turn the power on. Okay, it's on paddle assist 1. I do feel like this is light enough where you can ride it like a regular bike. Yeah, it's not as heavy, so I could ride this like a normal bike without any problem, any issues. I don't feel like I'm pushing the pedal, so that's a good thing. And right now, just easily cruising for 8 miles per hour. Let's go to whoa. Okay, the motor kicks in right away. I feel like this has got to be the cadence sensor, going about 19 miles per hour. Brake is excellent. With that 180 millimeter rotor brake. All right, let's go to, whoa, paddle assist 2. Yeah, just slightly paddling. Jeez, 20, 26, 28, 29. Wow, that's pretty fast. Paddle assist 2, paddle assist 3. Oh yeah. 31, 32. Whoa. I thought this max speed was 28 miles per hour. It's definitely not 28 miles per hour. It's going a lot faster. Oh shit. You do feel a lot of torque. The ride, yeah, definitely feels smooth with the dual suspension here, front fork, adjustable front fork, and then rear suspension. All right, so we're still on paddle assist 4. Easily going 33. 34, 35. Wow. Woo. I didn't expect this much of power. No. Paddle assist 5, the highest. It is super windy today. The ride is super smooth, easy to control. It feels light. Surprisingly, it's got lots of power. And this is pretty much fast as I could paddle at the moment. Jeez, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. 42.9.
That's crazy.
Wow. I did not expect this much power from this bike. That's crazy. 42.9. On paper, it says 28 miles per hour. It's definitely not 28 miles per hour. 41, 42, 43, 44.
Whoa!
44 was the highest. Woo! Wow, that's fun. Now let's try the twist throttle here. See how fast this is gonna go. Everything feels controlled. Oh yeah, it's pushing. 35, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44.5. Woo! That was the highest. Man, that's fun. I really didn't expect this much power from this bike. For a folding e-bike, this is the fastest I've tested. For a folding e-bike going 44 miles per hour, that's crazy. And with the fat tire, I don't know, the way the frame is shaped, feels smooth and light. So this could be really for anybody from beginners to advanced, because it's really easy to maneuver. At the same time, it's got lots of power for you to really have fun for a thrill ride. The only thing I would nitpick here is the seat. I mean, it's comfortable, but it's a little stiff for my liking. I wish it was softer cushion. Other than that, man, this is fun. Obviously, full suspension like this, but you gotta test out the grassy, hilly, bumpy road here. It did rain, I think, like yesterday, last night, so it's gonna be a little wet, but let's check it out.
Honestly, this bike ended up being a lot more fun than I expected. Cybervelo lists the EK6 at 28 miles per hour on their website, but during my testing, I was able to get this EK6-MAX all the way up to 44 miles per hour, and it got there surprisingly easily. But it's not just about the speed. You've got that massive battery for longer rides, and with the full suspension and 4-inch fat tires, the bike feels really smooth and comfortable when you just want to cruise. And when you want to have a little more fun, the power is definitely there. Even with everything this bike is packing, once you're moving, it feels surprisingly light, balanced, and easy to control. That's what I really like about this bike. I think whether you're newer to e-bikes or you're a more experienced rider looking for something with a little more excitement, there's something here for pretty much everyone to enjoy.
Alright, after spending some time with the Cybervelo EK6-MAX, let's quickly go over some of the pros and cons, starting with the cons. And honestly, I'm nitpicking here. These are just a few things I noticed from my own experience, and obviously your opinion might be different. First is the weight. With the battery install, you're looking at around 85 pounds. It's definitely not the heaviest e-bike I've tested, but for something that's foldable, it can still be a little heavy if you're planning on lifting into a vehicle or carrying it around. The bike also sits surprisingly tall. I'm 5'10". It fits me really well, but if you're around 5'6" or shorter, I could see this bike feeling a little big. I also would have liked to see a color display. The LCD that's here works perfectly fine and gives you all the information you need, but I've gotten pretty used to seeing color displays on newer e-bikes. And finally, the seat. I actually like the shape. It does a nice job keeping you planted, but for me, it's a little on the firm side. A little more cushioning would have made it even more comfortable on longer rides. But honestly, that's about it, because there's a lot more I like about this bike that I don't. The biggest price for me was the performance. For a folding e-bike, this thing has some serious power. During my testing, I actually got it up to 44 miles per hour, which I definitely wasn't expecting. And you feel that power right away with 90 Newton meters of torque. The acceleration is strong, and there's plenty of power when you need it. But what surprised me just as much was how smooth it felt. Between the full suspension, rear air shock, and those 4-inch fat tires, the ride felt buttery smooth even at higher speeds. And despite weighing around 85 pounds, once you're actually moving, it doesn't feel like an 85-pound bike. It feels surprisingly light, balanced, and really easy to control. Then you got that massive 48-volt, 40-amp-hour battery. Having that kind of battery capacity is a huge plus if you enjoy longer rides without constantly worrying about charging. And of course, the folding frame gives you some extra flexibility when it comes to storage or fitting into tighter spaces. You also have 400-pound maximum payload capacity, which makes a good option for a pretty wide range of riders. Overall, the EK6-MAX really surprised me. It's powerful, comfortable, easy to control, and honestly just a lot of fun to ride. Whether you're newer to e-bikes or you've been riding them for years, I think there's a lot here to appreciate. So based on my experience with it, this is definitely one I can recommend. So that's going to do it for my review for the Cybervelo EK6-MAX. If you want to check it out for yourself, I'll leave my Cybervelo affiliated link down in the description below. And of course, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.